Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to today's video. I'm Kira if you're new here, and welcome to my channel. I am obsessed with all things beauty, makeup, and true crime, and this is the series, if you are obsessed with beauty and true crime, that I combined as inspired by E27, where I talk about a case, whether it be a crime case or just a mystery, just something that really intrigues me while I do my makeup. And my dad has Kai, so I figured, why not get this done? Jackson's actually out in the living room playing. I was gonna put him to bed, but then I was like, he's having fun playing, so why would I do that? But anyways, today we are going to be talking about the Salem witch trials. So this is something that's always really intrigued me. So this is actually a mystery that happened in the 1600s. So there is a movie made about the Salem witch trials here on YouTube if you're curious about it. I believe it is free. Check it out if you're curious. The exact, accuracy of it, I will not be able to say. Because I actually don't think that that movie is extremely accurate. But it is still intriguing to watch. So, of course, we know that the Salem witch trials is something that the state of Massachusetts has had to apologize for multiple times. And there is a Salem witch trial memorial because there were 20 people that were killed, either hanged or awaiting trial for accusations of being a witch. And it all started when a pastor's daughter and her cousin, I believe it was her cousin, started exhibiting really weird behaviors. And instead of, being like us, normally when they exhibit weird behaviors, they're going to think that they're apparently being controlled by witches. Whereas in today's normal times, we would say they're probably just sick. And it's interesting to say that the girls were just sick because there is a theory we are going to cover later on that kind of covers it. But anyways, the girls started exhibiting really weird behavior, and so the townsfolk were really afraid of witches, and they asked, like, okay, they think that they're under control of witches, they're being controlled by witches, so they asked them, tell us who the witches are. And the first one accused of witches was a woman named Tituba, who was actually the pastor's slave, which slavery is not good. But Tituba was a slave of the pastor. So she is arrested, and they also accused some other people whose names I don't really know. There was one named Ergot. I know Bridget Bishop, who actually is a part in the movie that I'm talking about, was one of them also. But it's important to know that the only one that ever admitted to being a witch was the slave Tituba, and the movie portrays it as she only admitted to being a witch after the pastor came and talked to her, kind of forced her, I guess you could say, to confess. A lot of people think that she only confessed to kind of make it stop. Like, she thought if she confessed, maybe they'd help her. She was wrong. Something I found really intriguing is the test that they made to prove that a person is affected by witchcraft, and that was that they would take rye and cover it with the urine of the accused and feed it to a dog. And if the dog exhibited the same symptoms as the girls, then they would instantly assume that that person was a witch. All in all, they were mostly women. I think there was one man who recited a verse from the Bible, which is very important, before he was hanged, I believe. And it's very important to note that him reciting this was something that witches weren't supposed to be able to do back then. So that should have been a big question mark. People fear the unknown, and back then witches were unknown and scary, so deadly combination. This is a really dark time also in not only Salem but Massachusetts history. I mean, Massachusetts has had to apologize so many times for this, and there's actually a memorial you guys can go check out in Salem if you wanted to go on vacation to Salem. I don't. BuzzFeed Unsolved actually did a really, really cool venture for it. I really suggest checking it out because they did a really good episode on the Salem witch trials, which is actually what got me interested in the Salem witch trials to begin with, was BuzzFeed Unsolved. And then I was like, that'd be really cool for me to cover for Makeup and Mystery. And I also saw the movie. So now let's get into the theories. So the theories are that because basically, like, times were tough on this year, so they kind of like blamed it on each other, and that's how the Salem witch trials kind of came to be. I don't believe this theory as much, just because it really, I don't know, like, because it was the girls. The girls were the ones always accusing people, it seemed like. So, and that's why I really suggest checking out the movie, because the movie really does a good job of covering it. So, in my opinion, this is the most believable and probable theory for the Salem witch trials, and that is the Ergot Theory. If you haven't heard of the Ergot Theory, ergot is a fungus. It's a poison that grows on rye, and they were obviously living in a farm town. They ate rye. So the theory is that the girls had some rye that had ergot on it, and some of the like cases of witches, like to prove that they were being controlled by witches, the causes like the uncontrollable conversion and stuff like that, was actually signs of ergot poisoning. So I think that that is the most probable theory. It's also the most scientific theory. There's another theory I don't really want to look like I didn't really look into, because I really believe this one, because it just kind of makes sense. At least to me it doesn't make sense. However, I do want to cover the theory that I think that the movie poses. And that is the girls just made this up. Completely. The movie poses that the girls were accusing people close to people who had wronged them, or maybe they were jealous. And I think that that's also very, very highly likely, because keep in mind that these girls, you know, were young, probably full of hormones. And, I mean, you want something, you can just accuse somebody of being a witch and you get it, I guess. Basically, if somebody went against the girls in the movie, the girls pretty much accused somebody or that person of being a witch. And that is why I think that the highly probable thing is that it's either the Ergot Theory or that they faked this. Whether they faked it for attention, I don't really know. A part of me wonders if maybe some of it was real. A part of me wonders if some of it was real, but another part of me also says I don't believe in witches at all. So that kind of shoots that out, because I don't want to believe that all these poor innocent people were killed for literally no reason at all. Other than, I think honestly, the biggest thing is that it's probably a combination of all three theories, which would be the Ergot Theory, you know, jealousy, it being so cold, and the girls just being batshit crazy and making it up. Because that's the side that I'm on, is that Ergot probably really did have a step to play in the matter. But at the same time, I think that it was just the girls' like hormonal jealousy. Like, ever since watching that movie that I'm telling you to watch if you're curious about this, I just have it stuck in my head that these girls that started it are kind of like evil. And they started it because either somebody wronged them or they were jealous of this person and they wanted to be rid of them. And that's ultimately what they ended up doing. And you want to know what's crazy is that these girls did it, and because it's the 1600s, you know, we can't do anything about it now. But these girls caused the innocent deaths of so many people. and nothing happened to them. Nothing happened to them. Now, if you're gonna go watch the movie that I'm talking about, it ends kind of on a cliffhanger, basically. So a governor comes in because he hears about the Salem witch trials and he hears about all these killings, and he wants to put a stop to it. And because he doesn't believe in witches and he wants to put a stop to it, the girls end up accusing his wife. And the accusations of his wife being a witch really pisses off the character in the movie. I don't know if this actually happened, but that is how the Salem witch trial movie ends. And it's, like I said, it's kind of on a cliffhanger because I don't really know how it ended. I mean, maybe the girls got rid of all their competition and they were like, well, there's nobody here for us to kill, so we should be fine now. Because if it is the ergot poisoning, I mean, I don't think that the symptoms of it would have stopped until after they were treated. But I don't know a lot about ergot poisoning, so it's really, really hard for me to say. This is just, it's really, really interesting, and like I said, it's a very dark time in Massachusetts' history. I think that a lot of people actually know Massachusetts and Salem for the witch trials. Like, when I was younger, only knew Salem and Massachusetts for the Salem witch trials. Like, that's literally how I knew Salem. And I didn't think that Salem was still a place, but it actually is still a place, which is crazy. I mean, like I said, I don't fancy going and visiting there. Some places that I talk about, I would love to go and visit. Like Chernobyl, I want to do a video on Chernobyl's whole history. I would love to visit there. I think that that would be so cool. So, in conclusion, I personally believe that the girls were batshit crazy. And that's the same, like, I was talking about the BuzzFeed case. Ryan said the same thing where I was like, no fucking way. And the way he said it was just, and, like, how quick it came up was just like, oh my gosh, so hilarious. Because Ryan is a lot like me, where I believe in a lot of crazy skeptical stuff that probably a lot of people don't believe in. But I try to look at things with an open mind. But this is just like, I don't think that they were witches. I full on think that Ergot Theory, I think that the girls were just jealous and, like, maybe even a little filled with rage. And it's kind of sad that so many people lost their lives just because of that. Just because these girls couldn't control their emotions or they were sick. But at the same time, it's hard to imagine how many more cases like this are out there where girls can't control their emotions. Young girls can't control their emotions. I know when I was a preteen, I could not control my emotions. I used to fight all the time with my mom. Then I'd go and I'd run and cry to my sister, and my sister would be like, okay, I'll come get you and we'll hang out for the weekend. You're fine. I mean, if you have anything to add about the Salem witch trials, or any case that I cover in Makeup and Mystery that I have not added that you think is important, of course, always comment it down below. If you have a case or a mystery that you think we should cover on Makeup and Mystery, leave it down below. I love it when you guys do that because it really helps me broaden my tastes of mystery, and I learn new cases, because usually I only cover cases that I'm interested in, but I want to cover cases that you guys are interested in too, because I want to. Oh, I used Gilded Envy today from L'Oreal. I don't think I'll ever get rid of this. This is so pretty. It's so pretty, and it goes so well with that eyeshadow from the Profusion Chocolates palette being a base. Ugh, so pretty. Like, I don't think that the green and the peach go together. Well, this is more orange, but I'm kind of feeling it. I kind of feel like army vibes with this. I don't know why, but that's what I'm getting. And I'm okay with it. I have also ordered so much makeup this month. Go figure. We're talking about a horrible, 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 horrible crime. But honestly, when you think about it, it's really, really sad that these girls literally got away with the murders of 20 people. Because these people would not have been killed if it weren't for the girls saying, they're a witch, they're controlling me. I mean, they would have just went on their day, on with their lives, if these girls hadn't done that. And so the girls are guilty of murder, in my opinion. The girls that started this, which would be the pastor's daughter and the pastor's niece. I mean, these are just innocent people. So if you believe the movie the way I do, which is how I came up with my personal theory of the girls just being jealous of people or hating people, and the people that spoke up against them is who the girls accused, then they literally did it just to get rid of people that they didn't like. Which is horrible. I mean, they were innocent people. These were innocent people that lost their lives for who really and truly knows what reason. Like, even if the girls weren't jealous and it was the ergot theory, I mean, I guess you can't blame the girls. I still technically do, because you didn't have to accuse everybody. You didn't have to accuse these people. And even if people say, like, oh, well, they didn't know what was going on to them, I think that if it is the ergot theory, they would have known that they were sick. And they also, if you're accused, like, if you're being controlled by a witch, I feel like you would know you were being controlled by a witch. So I feel like these girls, no matter what theory we go with, I do think that these girls knew what they were doing, and they knew what they were doing was wrong. And they knew that they weren't being controlled by witches. It's been a very long time since I've ever done that. I don't know, I just kind of feel like so bad. But anyways, I was just saying, like, go figure something. This is a horrible, horrible case, and I'm talking about how much makeup I got. This is April when I'm filming this, which is the month of my birthday, which this video might go up after my April monthly haul, which my April monthly haul is... Sorry, my dad came in here to get me because he wanted to show me Kai's first time mowing a yard. Actually, the day I'm filming this is the 15th, so it's literally the day before my birthday. So much makeup. So much makeup is coming. It's honestly, like, I literally only have an Ulta order to do this month, and I'm done for the month. I already made myself promise that I'm going to spend less money on makeup and focus more or less on other stuff, because I don't feel like I should be buying so much makeup anymore. I mean, I'm still trying to reach diamond status at Ulta, but I only have to spend $400 more, and I have a $200 order I'm about to do this month, so that's literally going to be $200, cut down to $200 in May, which I'll probably do. I mean, I'm just being completely honest. I'll probably do that, and then, like, I'm not going to force myself to get so much makeup from Ulta and Sephora the rest of the year. And I'm also making May. I'm going to buy from Jeffree Star Cosmetics and Haus Labs, which Haus Labs was very strategic for me because I have tried and tried and tried and tried and tried to get into the Haus Labs brand. I don't understand why I can't get into it. So I literally picked up an eyeliner, a brush, and a brow product, and that's it. I was thinking of grabbing an eyeshadow palette. I might actually go back and check out an eyeshadow palette to grab in May. But I don't know. I don't know. I'm also buying things for my Sims characters. Like, I purchased so far the Carnival Streetwear kit. I think I'm gonna purchase paranormal stuff next time, because I want to get a stuff kit stuff pack, because I don't have all the Sims 4 stuff, but I have everything for Sims 3. So, anyways, that is it for this video. This isn't going to survive much longer. That's a really good setting spray if you guys are looking for a cheap one. It just, you go through it really, really fast. And also keep in mind, Catrice is no longer in Ulta. You have to order it online. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. So like, comment, subscribe, and ring the bell. All that social media great stuff. If you did, of course, I don't know. Let's talk about the case down below. If you have any suggestions for a future case, please let me know, and we'll cover it. And I'm going to end this video here. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye, guys!